Well, finally, my webcam did not seem to want to work today. So anyway, it is Paper Pumpkin time. And if you haven't forgotten Paper Pumpkin, it is a monthly subscription that you can get. You can go month, by quarter, by 6 months, by year. You can pause it, you can cancel it. It's just all up to you. I always recommend to people to pause it if you're not going to be around or you don't think you're going to be interested in a kit. That way, when we have things that are on sale through the Paper Pumpkin group, that you are able to do that. If you aren't a subscriber, you can't get into those deals when they sell leftover kits, and they do have their sales usually twice a year. So anyway, I hope some people will join us. I also always get the add-on dies. They go by the quarter, and they coordinate with a quarter's worth of Paper Pumpkin kits. So this is the Beautiful, which die cuts that, the flowers, the leaves, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, hopefully people will find me, because I was on and then I had to get back off again to try and do it another way, because we didn't want to see my mug on the screen the whole time. So this is also one of the dies that comes with that kit, and I was hoping people would pop on today so they could help me choose. I did make, these are the alternatives I made yesterday. I use what's in the kit, and I usually add cardstock. This is blueberry bushel. And I'd add maybe some white for the inside. I use the envelope. That's what this was. This is the envelope that I cut up and I stamped on it. This is that die, the word Beautiful. Yep, that's all part of the kit. And then this, and I used the envelope and embossed on it, and this came in the kit, all this stuff. This is the actual cardstock that comes in the kit. And these were all in there. I usually have a hard time using everything because I'm always forget about using ephemera. I used a piece of white and just punched this out. I think I did 2 times maybe. I used the Stampin' Write marker to add some color to it. This one is the envelope that I've embossed after I stamped, and I used a couple of the stamped images. This one, they have note cards. They give you a couple note cards in there. I think it was 3 card bases, each of 2 different patterns, and this is part of that, which I'll show you some of that stuff. So there you go. I'm not big into note cards, so I put them on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch base. So let's see. This is your instructions. This shows you the 3 cards that the kit is designed to make. And so you have 3 different envelopes, which are very pretty. But I didn't do any of those. Oh, and I also did the card that I did on Monday night. I did this with the base of one of the cards, and I used the envelope front and back on it. So let me get my box out. They do give you an ink spot. Where did I put it? Maybe it's in the box. It probably is in the box. So they give you ink. In your first box, you get a block. And so see, I've cut up things. That's one of the bases that I cut up. But yeah, they give you all these pieces. But I like it because most stampers have a lot of stuff, right? We have a lot of stuff. So they gave you 3 panels of this. They gave you a panel with all your, for your sentiments. They gave you 3 panels of these flowers, which I've used 1. So I have 2 more left. They gave you 3 panels of these. And somebody showed on there that you could just take this like it is, put dimensionals on them, and then place it on your card and then punch them out. It might make it easier. I don't know. I didn't do the card. Not that their cards aren't good. They are great. I just like to think outside the box and try and stretch myself because I am just not all that creative sometimes. So I like to just try and spur these 3 panels. I haven't used any of these yet. There were 3 of these. I've used 1. And then all your envelopes, right? All your envelopes. I just think that's just fabulous. Okay, and then they give you a stamp set. Okay, and a nice little holder for it. And if you watch live or the replay, I'd love to find out where you're from. The information in the back tells you the colors that are coordinating. Blueberry Bushel, Bubble Bath, Darling Duckling, Garden Green, Mossy Meadow, Poppy Parade, and Gold. I didn't even think about getting gold. I mean, who doesn't have some scrap gold laying around, right? And I always think it's good to cut these bases in half instead of using the whole base if you need more cards. If you don't need more cards, generally how I am, then you might not want to do that. The insides always are white, so you don't need a layer. So there were 3 of these, 3 of this, and then 3 of the note cards. Okay, and a pretty box. So I am just wondering which one we will create today out of the 3. This one was really easy. You can watch my video. I cut an 1/8. Let's see, this is 8.5 wide, so I cut it a 1/4 off each side so that I would have 8 inches, because on my video on Monday, this card is 5.5 by 8 to use that. And of course, you could do so much more. I was just winging it, absolutely winging it, not trying very hard, I guess. I really like this one. I use those panels and I stamped the roses that are in the stamp set in Blueberry Bushel. I really like that. And I stamped a bunch of these. I did white because I thought, well, then you could just add color. So that's why I thought stamping with white would be a good idea. I did stamp the envelopes because I had some scraps. So we will move this all aside. I've got all my beautifuls here. And then I did 3 of those. So let's get started. I think I am going to do this one, but not with the note card. Just put this on the base. And I need bubble bath. That is the base that I am going to use. 8.5 by 5.5. And where did I put my bone folder? Where did I put it? There it is. So we will just put a bone folder on here, get that like that. They give you tear and tape in this kit. But you know what? I don't know what I did with it. It's a nice, it would look like a full roll of tear and tape in that. I thought that was amazing. Well, it's basically this. Almost a full roll, maybe a half a roll. They gave you this. They gave you dimensionals, which were little ones. Oh, here they are. This is what we got. And then you got some dots. So there we go. They give you everything but a pair of scissors. So this is just really pretty. I really like that. But I wonder if bringing in another ink, Bubble Bath for Tone on Tone, how that will look. How that will look. Get my stamp set out. And see, it's pretty red because I've been using Poppy Parade. I think I don't want a Valentine card though. This has "You Brighten My Day Just for You," sending love, airmail. So you don't have to make these Valentine cards. You get a paper pumpkin block, which is narrower. This is the D block. It's just a little bit more ergonomic. I really like it. So I am just going to do tone on tone, random on this. And this is a Stampin' Pierce mat, and ink. This ink wipes right off it. It doesn't matter how far you get it, You just want to make sure that the bottom's covered. That's my thought on this card. Okay, so we got that. And I am going to clean this on my Stampin' Scrub behind me. I do have a matte, but I like this better. See, I think that will look nice. I do. So these are mini. It's like, where did I put my tool? My take your pick tool. Everything is a mess, right? Everything is a mess. Well, we're just going to use some old scissors. How about that? So let's see how that goes. So I'm pretty excited. I didn't even look. They've got new pre-orders. If you're already a demonstrator, you can do a pre-order. Oh my gosh, they must have added like 30 things to their online exclusive for February. So if you aren't a demonstrator, I think February is going to have a big sign up. So you might want to wait for that. I think they're giving away something phenomenal free, I think. But that's really cool. But what I'm excited about is we're supposed to get a bunch of snow here in Ohio. And so I'm just looking forward to that. I was like, I don't really believe it. Yeah, I'm a doubting Thomas, I guess. I don't believe it because we never get a lot of snow here. So there's that. And then we have our little sentiments. Do we have something small that I can use? I wonder if that sending love will work. Sending love. Will that work? Let us see. Let us see. No, that's too big a block. Let's try a smaller one. Let's see. Will that work? I think that will work. Very small. I think that works. I think that works. Hot diggity dog. But yeah, they're saying Saturday night into all day Sunday, we're supposed to get like 20 inches of snow. I highly doubt that for Ohio. Now, if it were Alaska, sure. And I probably wouldn't be as excited because we already have snow. They'd already have snow up there, but this, and I think I want to add something here. I'm going to put that right there. I didn't quite do that as straight, but this is how this tulip goes together. I think you just glue them together so that you have the little pieces sticking out, right? Okay. I'm going to put a little line of glue there on the top of the little one, like that, and then put this like that. And then you've got a tulip. Ooh, the glue is going out, seeping out. So that's going to make it really sticky. Yeah, that's not wet enough. Okay. And we got a leaf somewhere. So that's got a little bit of pink. I'm going to add a little green on here. Not a lot because that's a very pale color anyway. So let's put that like right there. And then this can go on this. Perfect. So we will put a little dab of glue on this. I generally am not the best about using my coordinating dies. I forget about it. It's kind of like with ephemera. I like it, but I just forget about it. I need a silicone craft sheet to wipe my finger on. Okay, so I think I want to have this go like that. So let me get a dimensional or two. This is what little ones are good for. Small spaces, right? Okay. So then we'll take this and this right here. I think it's cold here in Ohio. I think it's probably in the teens today. But I scoff at that. I mean, that's cold for everybody here, but cold for where I lived in Alaska. If it's like below 30, minus 30, it's cold. When it gets that cold, you're like breathing and you can see your breath and it feels like you're breathing icicles. So we got that. And now we need some, I need white for the inside. So I'm going to cut a piece. I didn't do that. 5 1/4 by 4. 4. Got a couple of those. So this one's going to go on the inside like that. And I think I'm going to stamp off some of this. Let's see how that looks. No, that's way too light. One stamp off. There, that's better. And that is really pale, but that's okay. That is okay. That is a very pale color. Let's turn that around a little bit, just right there. Okay. That is enough of the blueberry, or I mean the bubble bath. Wrong color. Okay, and then we're going to stamp just for you. This would be more like a thinking of you card, I think. I think. And then we are going to use, actually I should be using real red because that's the color that you got. That is what you've got. I'm going to bring it right there like that. And then we can glue this on the inside. And that makes a very nice little card. So there you go. So that's a nice little card, nice and simple. So kind of like this, but I didn't use the other one. I used the note card that they gave you. Now what about this one, this card? I really like this. I like this idea, and I think, is this 4 by, no, this is even smaller. Maybe this is, I need to get my ruler out. Let's see how big this is. This is 3 3/4, 3 3/4 by 5. That's what that is. 3 3/4 by 5. So we got that. We need our blueberry. I think I have it here somewhere. There it is. Blueberry bushel. Got that. Okay, so we're set with that. We're going to put this away. I'm not going to use the real red. I'm going to use blueberry bushel. So use what you have. Use what you have. Okay, now I need this floral. And we're going to do some blue right on, straight on ink. Nice and bright. And I think we're just going to do this side of it instead of what I did before. Okay, now I'm going to use, I never use baby wipes on my stamps because they have fibers on them. And those little fibers can get on your stamp. And so the next time that you want to stamp with that stamp, you may have a hair or fiber in there that'll leave a line on it. That's why I don't use them baby wipes for that. I use them to clean my hands, but not for that. Okay, so we got this. I think we're going to glue this on here like that. Oh, maybe I should put it right on the bottom. I didn't think about that. Maybe I'll do that because I do like how that looked. Okay, there's that. We'll clean this off again. It's right off. Okay, so we're going to glue this on to my blueberry bushel 8.5 by 5.5. This gives a nice almost 1/2 inch border, doesn't it? I like that. Now we need all those pieces. Let me find the pieces. The pieces. You know, there's a couple pieces. I don't know if I want those though. Let us see where I put them. Not this. There they are. Pieces. The pieces. Now this little thing right here, I mean, I can't stamp something on that. That's what it's just a little bit too small, I think. But I want to go with blues. Okay. It's got to have like a blue background. So I want this one. I just want the blues. Just want the blues for this card. Now you can completely just use your kit. Completely just use it. But if you have more stuff, why not add more stuff to it? Right? That's what I'm thinking. Use what you have. So I want to place this before I adhere it. Okay. I see that's that kind of one, and that's that kind of one. I really wish this were just a little bit smaller. Or if this went here, would this work here? No, I don't think so. I do not think so. But I could stamp. Could I stamp something right there? Maybe I could. Would that fit? Possibly, because I want these on dimensionals, right? I want these popped up. Will this fit? I think it will. Okay, we're going to go broke here. We are going to go broke. Sending love. Okay, now we will put all these dimensionals on. Let me cover this up so I don't get my fingers in it. It's like sometimes it's hard for me to think beyond the box. My husband says that you're just imagining that there is a box. There's no box. Just move on. Let's see. So this can go, we want just about 1/4 inch, right? Just 1/4 inch. So I'd love to know where you're from, if you end up watching the replay or you watch live, and what your weather is, because mine is, we got a dusting the other day of snow, not much. That's why Ohio is just a little bit of a disappointment for me. I needed to live farther north if I wanted more snow, but family wasn't living farther north, so that is where I am. I want this to go with that. I want this to go right here. Like that. I have just a tiny bit of fingernail, not much, to do this. Everybody must be busy today. None of my normal friends are on. Let's see. So are you from a warm place or a cold place? Do you like snow or not? I do. I love snow and I miss it. That works like that. That sentiment. I really need to do something with those because I'm going to find that I'm not going to be able to use all those if I don't figure out something. So we got a 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside, like that. And the card bases are actually pretty heavy. They are pretty heavy. So we got that. Sending love. We're sending, so let's use this little airmail stamp. Okay. And I'm going to move these over, and I'm going to take a piece of paper so I don't have to keep cleaning that. Right? I'm going to fold it over so I don't have to look at this. Okay, so we got this. We need the blue, but I want to stamp it off. Okay. 1, 2, right there. 1, 2, right there. 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Okay, we got that. And then we are going to use You Brighten My Day. How about that? We will use this with a big block. Let's, when you can't get if you want it straight on your block, lay it down, let it relax, and then do it. And then it should be straight. Yeah, it looks like it's straight. Okay. You brighten my day. There we go. I'm going to clean these so I don't stamp and forget about it. And we'll clean this. Clean everything off. I've got stuff everywhere. Everywhere. So this can go in here, and then we got another card done. That doesn't take very long. This can be such easy crafting. I love it when it's easy. I don't have to think about it. Okay. I don't use this color very much, so I'm kind of liking it. So we made that one and that one. Okay, so what are we going to do next? I want to use some, where's my metal scraps? Here's some metal scraps. They said gold is in this, so let's look. Hey, Lisa. So it's like I did look at the pre-order, and it's like, oh my gosh, stop. Too much stuff. Okay, so we are going to use, I think we're going to use some 1/4-inch strips. Let's try some 1/4-inch strips. Okay, I'm going to cut a bunch, see what we come up with. Got gold. Oh, did you find somebody that's going to come look? Yeah, it's like I didn't look very well. You really intrigued me, so I had to go look really quick, like 5 minutes before I went live, and I just kind of went in there. I'm like, oh, please, not more good stuff. I don't have enough money yet. order last month was huge, but that also had my other stuff. Okay, so we have a base somewhere. Yes, right here. I like that. That's pretty, but I'm going to cut it. Got to cut it. So you have everything in your cart. Yeah, that's what I do. I have to rethink things because I did have the Easter bundle in there, but it went out of stock, of course, because I don't want to. I hate to order before the first of the month because they always have some kind of a sale that just messes me up, right? And I don't like to miss sales, so I try and hold off. Try and hold off. 5 by 4. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do this 3 3/4 by 5. That's what we're going to do. 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to cut this diagonal like this. Oh, completely. I mean, I don't generally ever do any of the cards the way they script them unless I don't have any time and I just want to get them done. Because I like to challenge people so they can think outside the box and you know, that they need more cards, you know, we need to try and I like to give them ideas so they can move on. Okay, so I got a piece of bubble bath and I've got one of my panels. My desk is such a mess now. I've got piles on both sides. Piles on both sides. What I'm thinking, I'm going to do this, but I want to put gold on this. That's what I want to do. So but that's not going to be long enough. That is not going to be long enough. Ugh. I wanted to use scrap. That's not going to work for that, is it? That's okay. That is okay. I'm still gonna do this, but I'm gonna get something else. Something else. How about glimmer paper? I got to use that up. Let's just cut a bunch off. Oop, that was 2 pages there. Okay, so glimmer. I've got so much glimmer left. I need to do something with it. So we're going to just use up this glimmer. How about that? And I'm just going to cut this in a couple 1/2-inch strips. Because this is what I have. This is what I have. Let's try that. Instead of the gold, we're going this way. Because I don't want to cut up a whole piece of gold. I don't want to use that up. Okay. So, you know, you just need to add some strips. I'm not going to use Tear and Tape. Nope. Tear and Tape does not work well with glimmer paper. I made a bunch of, I'll show you these kind of cards. I made a bunch of these. They're table decorations, but having this foil, and I do have some glimmer paper, they all came apart with just the Tear and Tape. So that's why it's like, okay, when I use glimmer paper or things have to attach to the front of something, I'm going to have to go with liquid glue. That is what I'm going to have to do. Okay, so we're going to do this. This was from, what package was this? Oh, this is, I can't even tell you that. This package is old. And I have a bunch of stuff. Bunch of glimmer paper. All kinds of glimmer paper. All kinds. Let's try this way. But I know that's not going to work. That's good. And then we'll put this one on. So I'll put a line of glue here. Like that. And then actually I got to do this way. That way I can see better. Let's do that. I'm big on using what you have. Yeah, we all want all that stuff. Save the I want it and use what you have so you can buy the really important things. What am I doing? Oops. These are my yucky scissors. I don't use my good scissors for gunky stuff. Okay, so we got the glimmer paper on there. Okay. So that, I wonder if I want it edge to edge like that. Edge to edge, live that little strip like that. Ooh. Where is that stamp? This one. You brighten my day. I like that. Okay, I'm not going to put this down yet because I don't want to. I'm kind of toying with the idea of using dimensionals. I just want to kind of get this in place. And we'll use the Poppy Parade because that's the ink that we have. And we'll see what happens. And I want to add some of that gold. Okay, let's see if we can not touch this. Put it the right direction. Hey, not bad. Excuse me. Yeah, I think I want to put not embellishments, dimensionals. I'm using these up like crazy. Usually I leave a bunch left over that I don't use, but because these are minis, I'm using them like crazy. Oh, I know what I can do. Put that back. Put that back. Let's use these pieces. So have you heard about the bad weather, Lisa? Because I know you live east. We're supposed to be getting like a total of 20 inches by Sunday. Saturday night, we're supposed to get 5 inches and then 15 all the next day. I would be, oh my gosh, I would be so stinking excited if that happened. I would be doing my happy dance. So everybody has to go get their bread and milk. Not that we will get it. We are never that lucky. I mean, we got a blizzard like back in the 70s, but I wasn't living here then. I was living in Alaska where 20 inches is just another day of snow, right? I don't know where you live. Well, I don't want to say the state, but if you get a lot of snow or not. Okay, so this is going to go all the way to the edge. Okay, like that. And then I'll do this one. Yeah, it's like the weather. We're supposed to get lots of snow. Oh, I'd be so happy. I just would love that. But, you know, I'm not putting my hopes on that because we never get that lucky. We just don't get the snow here like they used to. Because people tell me, oh, we used to get the snow. And I'm like, yeah, well, what you think is snow and what I think is snow is a little bit different. Because I am used to a minimum of 5 feet all the time. And I love that. I just love that. I'm just putting this stuff everywhere. Oh, I need some in that little corner though, so it doesn't like crash. Okay. If these were big, I would not have that many, but they're small. So there you go. Yes, I would love it. But it would close us down. I mean, we'd be in a level 4 emergency. No cars on the road. That kind of stuff. I would totally be out in it. As long as I wasn't going to get arrested or anything. Oops. So we got that and that. Well, I hope that you have somebody that's going to come and buy a puppy from you. I need to drink some coffee. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's a snowman. Yeah. And I got that out I before I even knew we were supposed to get weather. I don't think I want to use that. I want the gold. Where are the gold ones? That's what I want. Gold, gold. Where's my gold flowers? Not this. Not this. Not this. Oh, oh, there they are, right there. I see them. Found them. Because they got like pink in them. Do you get the paper pumpkin, Lisa? Yeah, I know, yeah, I would shut everything down here. I know it would. Well, I don't want to put these on dimensionals because I've already got this popped up. I want to put this little green thing on there. Let's do that. And then I'll wipe that glue on that. Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to put that on. And we'll put some glue on this. And lay that down and put this on top of it. Like that. And this down in the corner. I know I've got a friend that lives in Missouri and he has, I think, boxers, but he lost his paperwork and he has not been able to sell them. They're purebred, but he doesn't have the paperwork, so people aren't going to pay the big bucks for a dog that's not documented. So I think this would look better if it was in black, maybe a darker color. But I like that. I like that idea with the glimmer paper on there like that. This would go on the inside. I need to get better at finishing cards because, yeah, that's always a problem. You brighten my day. Oops. Oh, what about this? Beautiful. I think that will work good. I think that'll look good. You wait until it's a rainy day to do it. I know some people who take these kits when they're going like on a camping trip or something. And honestly, if I did that, my husband would not be happy. He probably doesn't like as much time as I do spend on this. Like today, I'm going to try really hard to only spend half my day in here. I like that. Okay, that was a good idea. Good idea. They used to always give us embellishments in these, and now they don't. Every once in a while you get one. I miss the embellishments, but I guess they figure if they've got gold, that's good enough, because I know when I do a card that has gold, I'm not too worried about doing anything else on it. Okay, so I want Just for You in my red. I try and do these and then I want to mail them out right away. I try and get them done and out of my craft room, lickety split. Because I don't want to keep stuff. I have enough stuff, so I want to try and get rid of it. I think I got this kit Saturday, I think. I know my friend Tracy, usually if she gets hers, I'm going to get mine, vice versa, because she lives like 2 minutes from me. I like that. I think that turned out good, putting the beautiful like that. Okay. We will do one more card. But I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the envelope. I know I had a base, didn't I? I thought I had one sitting here somewhere. There it is. Found it. I've got a base. Got a base right here. But I want to use the envelope. Do you ever use the envelope, Lisa? You've got to have friends there. Got to. Envelope. Do I have one already cut up? Right here. So I got an envelope cut up, but I need to cut it a little more. It needs to be, let's just do a smidge, because I want this to be 4 by 5 1/4, and this is 5 1/2. So I need to take off 1/8 of an inch here, and 1/8. I'll go to 5 1/4, and then I gotta trim this because it's got lots of little paper fuzzies on it. Lots of paper fuzzies. So we're gonna clean this stuff off. Like that. Now, if I ever do this with something that's white, I have to use a brand new one, because the ink that's on this from the cardstock, it will get on white. But these are like nail things, but I use them for paper. So this can go like this. Let's try not to get it messed up. This doesn't feel like this is the right size. Is this 4? Oh, no, it's not. It is not. Let's do this here. I needed another 1/8 of an inch off. Now it looks good. I just need to get another fuzzy off. Okay. So there is that. And so I'm going to put, this had blue on it, didn't it? Let's clean it. Okay. Do it over here in the corner, because we want to get busy with this. We want to put stuff on this, right? Do you usually get the dies? I try and get these mailed the week that I get them. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to emboss this, dry emboss this with the hearts embossing folder. This one with all the hearts on it. That's in that awesome suite for Valentine's. Okay, there's that. Get it open. My fingers are all gluey, sticky. Okay. So then you got this. Can you see all the hearts? I like that. I'm going to glue this on. And this is an envelope. This is just the main part of the envelope. Yeah, the envelopes are cute, but all they do is rip them apart. So hopefully they will like the card. Okay, so we got that. Now I die cut these flowers out of Bubble Bath, and then I used a Stampin' Right marker and then colored in the lines to give it a little bit more depth. you can see that. But I need a leaf. I don't have one in green, so let us get a green. Green. Putting a little bit of pressure on it because I don't have a garden green one. Okay, so we got this. We'll glue this down, and then I think we'll put the flower on dimensionals. Like that, just a little bit of glue. Like that. And then we'll put some dimensionals on this. A dimensional will be fine. I like that. That's nice and simple. Doesn't take a lot. Sending love. Now I need white. White, white, white. Where are you, white? Okay, gotta have one for the inside. 5 1/4 by 4. Like that. So are you going to be doing the, are you going to be watching the virtual online retreat on Saturday? Oh, I wonder if I want to have that beautiful back on there. I don't think so. I don't think that needs it. I also did it in white. I cut it in white. Yeah, that you can't even see it. It would need to be maybe bubble bath to see that. And my go-to is this. Except for my first card, none of these are difficult cards at all. My first card I did for my card that I did Monday night. Oh, that didn't go good. I should have had my mat on here. Oops, man, that's noisy. Like that. And then that is done. So if you need a lot of cards, cut all your bases in half and go to town. And embossing stuff really does make a big difference, I think. Like that. There you go. Nice and simple. So we made that one, that one, that one, and this one today. So I will share all my other ones that I made, which are all the same pretty much. I'll probably do a reel with all those. They're all easy. So if you do any others, you know, do something different than what they have in the kit, I'd love to see it. Because I'll be posting this shortly. And if you have some other ones, I'd love to see them because I like to be inspired too, just like everybody else. Didn't even use any of these, the die cuts. So still have a lot of stuff to use. 9, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I've got 12 cards made and I still have so much stuff left and envelopes. So thank you so much, Lisa, for stopping by. Show those again. That one I stamped just with the bubble bath on that. That's all I did different. The blueberry one, on the original one, I used the note because they give you 2 note cards. This was my original one. And then I did this one just with the flowers on this side and put those panels in this corner. And then this one, I just cut the envelope front. Or no, this is the cardstock. This is cardstock because it's thicker. Use some retired glimmer paper, trying to use that up. This one I use the envelope. I did stamp first, embossed. Yeah, this was my original one using the note card, and I put this piece on the front of it. Let's see. That one, I die cut out of this, stamped that, put it on there. Use that panel. And this was actually, I used the card base, which I don't normally do, but I did that. This one, I used the envelopes, cut those. I did some Wink of Stella splatter, used this main focal point. This one, I used the envelopes. Again, use those. This one, I used the envelope and used that blue flower, and I stamped on it. And then I did this one. Doing that fold I did on Monday night. Nothing special. I was just playing with it. But you totally could do that. But you'd have to cut. This has to be 8 inches. So I took a quarter off each side. Or you just took, not on each side. I made it to 8. 8 by 5.5. And then did all my scoring. And I took one of these flowers because I couldn't find anything that would fit. And I cut one of the bigger ones into 4s. Cut it in half and then in half and use that on the corners. So I will be sharing these later. So I hope you have a great day. And man, I'm praying we get a lot of snow. That would just be awesome. Awesome. I would be so happy. And you know I would. You know I would. But of course, I got to tell everybody, make sure you get your bread and milk. Because snow's that bad 4-letter word for grocery stores. And I worked at one, so I know. So have a great day, Lisa, and I'll be on tomorrow night. I changed what I was going to do. One of my other demonstrator friends, she asked me if I had measurements for Tracy Taylor. She asked me, about something she saw on a reel that I made a long time ago. Like, I don't even know that I happened to, that it still was out there. But so I finally figured it out because I did find the basic directions, but it's this. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow night. I sent her the measurements, but I'm going to do my live on this instead of the card I was going to do. Well, this is a card, but it's not even finished. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow night. So I've been working on trying to figure that out this morning, how to do that card, because it's like, oh my gosh, I remember, well, she didn't send me a picture, so it's like, I think I don't know if she finally did or not, but I finally found one. So anyway, that I had made. So you have a great rest of your day. Better you than me, with the snow. Yeah. I know most people don't like it. And I keep reminding people we live in a 4-season state. Come on now. So anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you do sell one of your puppies. I wish I could have a puppy, but yeah, not in my time. So have a good one, and I'll see you later. Bye.